Hey, everybody, it's AJ with Young Adult Ministry, and I have introduce yourself.
I'm Kayla Wilson.
And Kayla, what have you been up to? Where do you go to school? And what year are you? And give us a scoop. I know you, but other people out there don't know you.
I'm a sophomore at HCC, so I'll get my AA next month.
Yay! I remember when you started HCC. And what are your plans? Where do you want to go after you get your associate's degree?
I'm
And what do
planning
you want
on
to study? I'm sorry. And what else do you, and what field of study do you want to go into?
I'm planning on either going to USF or UCF, and I want to do communication sciences and disorders and become like a speech therapist.
That's what you've always said all along. That's awesome. Now, I think another interesting thing, and I don't think a lot of people know, you are an employee of New Hope as well. Where do you work, and for how long have you been doing that? And how has that job been for you?
I work in the nursery in the kids building and also the life center sometimes, and I've been working there for 3 years now. I love it. I just love working with the kids. So
Don't you miss it so much?
I do. I miss my kids.
I know. Is that funny? A lot of people will say, like, a lot of the younger people that I know that work with kids and they can't work with them, they're like, I miss them so much. Even people my age, like you don't realize how much once something is taken away, how much you missed it. And, we took it for granted,
Yeah.
it's definitely. So how many years you been working at the church?
3 years.
And when you, in your field of study being speech pathology, is there a certain age group that you also want to work with because of, your job that you've had at your church? And the church, has that been your first job too?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that's awesome. But what about the age group for maybe when you go into your field of study?
I definitely want to work with younger kids
Mm-hmm.
because you can either do like younger or adults, and I feel like younger kids have more room to like grow, and it'd just be cool to see them how like far they've come after that. So.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like to just see the kids that you have through church, like how much they've grown when we haven't been able to see them for 2 months or so?
I know it's gonna be crazy. I bet they've grown so much.
So you're getting your associate. So are you in finals right now, or what's going on with school, and how was that transition from going on campus to going to doing school online? And be honest.
I have about 2-ish more weeks before. I think I only have like 1 or 2 finals, so not all my classes have finals.
Okay.
But it's been a lot of work. I mean, most of my classes on this semester have been online, but just adding the extra classes just has piled on a bunch of more work. So it's been interesting.
It's been interesting. What have you taken away from, like, not like you said you already had a couple online classes, but then you had to add a couple more. Which do you prefer more, on campus or online, and why?
Definitely on campus because I can just directly ask my teacher questions. I feel like the lectures are more engaging in class because you can ask questions as he goes along, and it's just I feel like I learn better then
For
because online
sure.
you kind of have to teach yourself sometimes. So there's just a lot more distractions.
And it's hard to stay focused, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's
That's,
so
I
hard.
don't think there's, and some people thrive in that environment. Some people are just made that way and they do really well. But yes, I could definitely understand that. And even the people in our household. So what have you learned about this time of isolation and quarantine? What has Kayla learned about herself? Or, you do live at home, but what has been your takeaway? Because it's been, for most of us, 6 weeks or so, right?
Yeah.
What has been your takeaway from this time so far? And there's still some more time to go, obviously.
I would say definitely to appreciate every moment because I don't think a lot of us expected something like this to happen. So
Right.
definitely gonna appreciate things more, take in every moment, and also probably just to be still because I feel like some of us are also in this go 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 mode, which I know I'm guilty of. So I feel like it's just a good time to take some, like, slow down on everything. Just take some time.
No, for sure. Like put the brakes on and really put the brake on and then put the emergency brake on and just, and now you have to definitely speak in my language because it was the same for me. Like it was almost like at times we were creating this busyness that didn't even exist, you know? So you're just like, how did that work? And now that we've had to take this, you know, larger time, you know, to step back and chill and be still, know that he is God, you know, you really been able to appreciate things. So what is the one thing that you like to do or you've been able to do during this time to like take a break from, you know, being at home? Like what is the one thing if you're like, I just got to get out of this house, or, you know, what do you do? What's your go-to? I got to take a break.
I like to lay by the pool,
Nice.
get as much sun as possible because I'm like, I just need to get out of the house as much as I can right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go and run with my dog, stuff like that. Just get outside.
Have you and your family been able to go up to the lake at all?
Yeah, we've been there.
That's
I
good.
think once.
That's
It's
good.
It's so relaxing up there. I love it. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, I think it is for a lot of the Wilson family. But that's good that you are able to do that for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait till we can all go up together.
Everyone, the whole clan, right? Those are things that you're like, man, I didn't know when it would be the next time that we get to all do that, you know? And we still don't really know, you know. I know it's like that for our family too. Once social distancing ends and they phase us back into normal life again, you know, what is the first thing that you want to do, Kayla? What's the first thing you want to do?
Definitely go to the beach with my friends. I haven't seen most of my friends since this thing have started, so that, go to the mall, stuff like that, and get my whole family together because I just miss all of us together.
Yeah, because you guys do a lot of things together, you
Yeah.
know, so that's a good thing. Have you been able to like FaceTime your friends or do any different ways of talking to your family, or is it just mainly just been FaceTime?
We do FaceTime sometimes, mostly text, check up on each other.
Right. FaceTime's a good way to do it. Or Zoom for the first time.
Yeah.
What is one thing you've really struggled with during this time?
Probably patience. I've definitely have learned how to have patience during this time, but it was hard in the beginning, I would say, because I've always been like, I want to go here or go there, and just like in school, I've had to have a bunch of patience for school, so definitely that.
And there's a, you know, when you say there's things that you like live in the moment, or there's things that we've taken for granted, you know, that freedom that we had to just, but then again, were we directing it the right way, or we were just creating more within ourselves? Because I think, you know, like I said, we've always had such a good friendship and identify well with each other. It's like, oh, I'm like that too. How is that to be, you know? So who is in your household? How many of you are there? Your mom, your dad?
Mom, my dad, my second oldest brother.
Okay.
My
And your
oldest
dog?
brother a little while ago. So.
Oh, that's been nice.
Yeah.
Having a pet is helpful.
Oh yes, he keeps us busy.
It is. Our dog is a lab, Daisy. She's a little older. And recently during this time, we've inherited or purchased or rescued a hermit crab, which we purchased, and now a little kitty. And I usually was not a cat person, but the poor little cat was abandoned and stuff. So what year did you graduate from high school? And what high school did you graduate from?
I graduated in 2018 from Bloomingdale High School.
So as a Bloomingdale alumni, or just graduated, what, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? That's 2 years ago, right? Gosh, I need to go back to school for math. No. What, you know, they don't really get any traditional things that would happen at the end of the senior year. What would be your advice to, you could say if it's to the Bloomingdale class or to anyone that's a graduate of 2020, you know, what would you say to them? you know, even though they didn't get to do all the fun things and it just kind of came to an abrupt end, what would, you know, you're mature and you know that appreciate every moment. What would you say to them?
I would just say to stay positive about it. I know that this is such an unknown time that we're facing right now, but it's going to get better. You're going to have a lot more chances in college to have fun and just enjoy every moment. And it's going to get better. So.
It is going to get better for sure. Your attitude is right up my alley. How many of your friends that you went to high school with, like, you know, did you even really keep in contact with afterwards?
I would say most of them.
Okay, good.
You always stay in touch, whether it's social media or text message, FaceTime. So.
That's definitely important. So besides the one trip that you've been able to go to the lake, does your family try and do anything, you know, fun? Like Rodriguez family, we're known to just kind of chill and watch movies, but have you guys started a new game or just playing with the dog, or what has been some of the good family time you guys been able to spend together during this time?
We like to watch shows together, like series and stuff like that. I would say we do that mostly together.
Yeah,
Like,
that's totally our vibe too. That's exactly what we do. Or somebody like, I don't like it. We're like, okay, well, let's just find another one. Let's find another one. Well, Kayla, I adore you. Big heart. You have been one of my first young adult ministry college students for, you know, the past 2 years, and I've just seen so many wonderful things in you just growing, and I look forward to what the future has for you. I couldn't say more about you saying about learning about patience and staying positive and knowing, you know, that this too shall pass and things do get better. And you're a wonderful addition to the nursery at New Hope. And it'll be a sad day whenever you go to college. I'm going to cry just thinking about it. But at least you know you always have a home and where to go. So, oh my gosh, I got choked up. So, tell your parents I said hey, and thank you so much for doing this time to share with everybody how wonderful you are. And keep it real. Peace out, and we'll talk soon. I adore you, Kayla. Thank you so much for this time.
Thank you.
Okay.